Hi, my name is Natasha Carter and I'm a Director at RLB Bucknell based in the Melbourne office. I'll be presenting the key findings of the 11th edition of the RLB Crane Index. The Crane Index was developed by us to provide key insights into construction activity within Australia. The Crane Index highlights both the physical numbers of cranes and a historical index of crane numbers for the major cities within Australia. Our latest Crane Index shows that the construction boom is far from over, with a record 685 cranes sited on working developments across Australia. The RLB Crane Index has risen to 161, the highest since the start of the index in 2012. This represents 685 cranes across Australia. The residential sector continues to dominate the skyline, with 80% of all cranes in Australia commissioned on future residential dwellings. Residential construction activity continues to be a major driver of economic growth. The hotel sector has continued its upward trend with significant investment across the country with 11 new cranes. The commencement of large mixed-use developments across the country such as Queen's Wharf, Elizabeth Quay and Collins Arch showcase the trend in achieving multiple urban renewal outcomes in prime inner city locations. Australia's crane capital Sydney still has more than 50% of all cranes around Australia. Sydney's 350 cranes are located across 109 suburbs, with 298 working on residential developments. Newcastle's index rose from a low of 50 in the second quarter of 2017 to 63, representing 5 cranes. Adelaide crane numbers have steadily increased by 13% due to a lift in residential cranes. Darwin's construction work done continues to slow with a fall of 21%. There are currently no tower cranes on developments in Darwin. Brisbane has had a 5% increase to 85 cranes, with residential cranes falling, but offset by the commencement of large mixed-use projects such as Queen's Wharf. Canberra has seen a slight fall to 18 cranes, down 1. Residential cranes still dominate with more than 80%. The Gold Coast is showing signs of stable growth, with 1 new crane bringing the total to 31. There's been movement of cranes from residential sites to more public developments such as Gold Coast Private Hospital and the Cultural Centre. Hobart had their 3rd appearance on our index, with 2 new cranes on the Hobart Hospital site, giving Hobart 3 cranes. Melbourne reached a new high of 151 cranes, with 82% of cranes on residential sites. We're seeing more cranes in the east and west, highlighting a growing number of multi-level residential developments in these areas. Even with the 24% fall in residential work done during the 2017 financial year, Perth's residential cranes increased by 5 to total 14. The new mixed-use developments, Elizabeth Quay and Subi XO, offset the losses in the commercial and retail sectors. In summary, our latest Crane Index highlights the continuing strength of the construction sector within Australia's economy. For further details on our Crane Index, simply follow the link below.